Hey guys, Scott and Kevin here at the Elite Academy of Martial Arts. We're going to work on a very simple Brazilian Jiu Jitsu drill. It's called the Pendulum. I learned this a long time ago, probably almost 14 years ago. And I've actually never seen any of the different instructors I've ever had show this other than my very first one. And this is a great drill to help you develop the hip movement for your armbar. Okay, so it's pretty simple. We're going to start like this. Scott's going to start in my guard. And you can do this gi or no gi. We just finished doing open gym and we're just sweaty and we didn't want to put our gis on. So Scott's going to start in my guard, sitting down or kneeling, and he's going to just keep his elbows on my stomach right now. Keeping the elbows on the stomach helps make this a little bit easier. Later on, Scott can start to straighten out his arms and do it like this, but right now doing it like this makes it a lot easier for beginners. And all you're going to do is you can just start by holding hands, holding his arms like this, or putting your hands down. You don't really need your hands. Later on, you're just using your hip movement, your legs, and you just keep your hands behind your head. Okay, so I'm going to start like this, and you have to initiate like you normally do for an arm bar. You're going to put the knee, the foot on the hip and the knee up on this side, okay, and the other one around the back, and you're going to start to pivot, put the leg over, and this is when the pendulum starts. Basically, I'm going to swing my left leg all the way around really hard, and then use that momentum to help push off of the right leg, and I'm going to pendulum all the way to the other side, hence the pendulum drill. And so I'm just doing this pendulum, and right now I'm doing it very basic. My back is on the ground, and I'm just swinging. I'm not using my hands. I'm just swinging around and around like that. And as I get comfortable, I'm going to use this foot to hook him, and Scott's going to resist me a little bit, and it'll help lift my hip off the ground so that I can hack that other leg. So I'm getting here, and hacking, and getting my hip off the ground, and really developing that hip movement. Okay, so let's switch and go to the other side. When you are doing this drill, what I normally do is time it for a minute or 2 minutes, just depending on your student's skill level. Like if I go for a minute, I know everyone can do this and they're going to go pretty hard. But if there's a bunch of students that are learning this, I'll go for 2 minutes. The students that are going for 2 minutes, they'll spend just the first minute trying to figure it out, and by the time they get comfortable, the second minute hits, and now they've gotten more reps in. And then the guys that can do this well, they're going to kill themselves, but they can moderate their speed and just kind of work the technique and make it more like a marathon and go through the full 2 minutes. 2 minutes is pretty tough for most people when they do this. But then we'll switch and do it, and I'll go back and forth several reps. I might do 2 minutes for each side, and then go back again, 2 minutes, and so we'll do it for 2 reps or even 3 reps. Okay? So again, starting here, and you initiate, foot on the hip, knee next to the shoulder, other leg, grabbing the back. You're going to pivot, put the leg over, and now start the pendulum. And you can hold the hands right here, hold the wrist, or you can just let go and just use your hips. And I'm starting to lift my hips off the ground, and that's what I want. My hips, butt off the ground, leg over his neck. Don't do this hard and hurt your partner. If 2 minutes, you're really going to wear out your partner's back and neck if you're doing this really hard. But I want you to clamp them like, praying mantis claws, feet parallel. Okay, really good armbar position. Okay, that's the armbar right there. So, very simple drill. It's called the pendulum. It really helps develop that pivot for a good armbar, a very fast armbar. Okay, sometimes we do slower armbars, but this is a good one for like no-gi armbars. The old Fader million ankle fights with Mark Coleman. He fought him twice, and Mark was trying to ground and pound him, and Fader just spun underneath him and armbarred him. Basically did this pendulum and armbarred him without really any setup, just did it really quickly, okay? Both those fights, so those are old Pride fights. You guys can probably look that up on YouTube and see an example of it. But this really helps you get your hips moving, get your hips loose, helps you develop that movement to set up a really good armbar quickly. Okay, thank you guys. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up below, leave comments, and share. Anything that you do to help promote the video will help us develop more videos and get more videos out to you guys. Thank you.